Welcome to the Crusaders headquarters, brother. It's good to finally meet you and speak with you. How's everything going?
Hey, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Perfect. Thank you, Nico. I'm doing okay. It's been a rough week. My dog died, but what happened with all of this? They tried to hide God. I was paying attention.
Yeah, and we're catching the people. We're exposing the characters, and like we just caught Austin there denying the name of Jesus Christ, right? So he was caught there, and you had the privilege of
To be
going up
fair,
in
he
the
he's
debate with
using the
him.
name. He's using the Jesus Hebrew name, basically. To be fair, so that's not a big catch. But we did catch him lying about VapeGate and all this other stuff.
Oh, for sure, for sure. That was the big nail in the coffin there. So after you debated him, what did you gather from from this character that just supposedly went to Antarctica and filmed a 24-hour sun to destroy flat Earth?
Briefly, I had no bias against the 24-hour sun one way or another. It works for flat Earth. Look at the Joe Hanvey model. I'm a biblical earther
Yeah,
myself. I don't have any bias against Austin Witsit or any of these other guys. I mean, I don't like McToon, I'll be honest. I mean, we've had debates in the past, but I respected Austin and Jaron and Flat Earth Dave before I went into this, and I was praying that I would be wrong in the debate, all the way going up into the debate, hoping they would come out with something that shows me I was wrong about all this stuff. With
right.
DroneGate, they showed me some stuff, but the rest of it, no, it was all just sophistry, misdirection, a lot of like attacks and personal attacks and defensiveness. And it seems like it doesn't seem in their character. So with all of that said, my experience has been one of being basically, they've been defensive. They've been bullying me for trying to ask basic questions, like a lot of the kind of talk you'd get from the glober side, the left side, whatever, just being mean, calling people retarded, saying that it's stupid to look into this. I'm seeing some very obvious lies where they're denying reality, and they're also catching them in, contradicting each other. Jaron says that's the mountain. Austin said that's not the mountain in the debate. Flat Earth Dave said that's not the mountain. I can prove it is the mountain. I don't know what's going on, but we know that they're not telling the truth. Somebody's lying, and it's not me, and it's not the mountain.
And this is feeling exactly like NASA Apollo 11 again, with Andrew Collins says, oh, there was no stars, or Neil Armstrong said, oh, I saw stars, but they're like, no, we didn't see that. So again, the same thing with the mountain, with the footprints, with the vape gate. Did he vape? Did he not? So the fact that we caught them in so many lies and they've been so defensive and their character has just been, you know what I mean? It's leaning more towards of they've been involved in some deceptive activity.
Yeah, and I did a post on this where I was tracking everything up until the debate. Now, after that, it has gotten to the point where there are so many things coming out from so many people, I can no longer track all of the deceptions, all the busts, especially with the new HD footage. But I'm basically seeing more vindication and more stuff to ask, more questions, not less. It doesn't seem like it's helping them any. But I did a post on this at my website, the Serapeum. It's a hidden history archive. It's titled, Every Flat Earth Model Predicts a 24-Hour Sun in Antarctica. But did they fake it? Like I said, I don't care one way or another, so I was prepared either way. Lady Blount predicted this as early as 19th century. It's not a big deal. But them trying to fake it is essentially them trying to hide God and help. Like, for example, Jaron is already a glober now. He's already saying that flat earths are a cult. And he used to be a flat earther like a week ago, 2 days ago, whatever. Exactly. So that's where we're at. And I've basically tracked a number of major deceptions that came out. We heard about Footprint Gate, Vape Gate, of course. There seems to be a round studio at play. They seem to have done this inside of a circular studio, which would explain things like the sun changing shape constantly from circular to, more of an egg shaped. We see things with shadows that should not happen, too divergent, a local sun, shadows missing, local lighting at the level of the person, casting different shadows at the angle of their feet, within the space of 5-6 feet in a circle. You get different directions, almost opposite directions of shadows. There's different things that we've caught there. Where is the camp? That is the mountain in the background, but there's no camp. Exactly. So that doesn't make any sense. There are time anomalies where they didn't really go at the solar midnight. They're playing with the time zones to pretend like they did. There are repeating CGI assets, clouds and mountains repeating in the background. There are camera anomalies, like they wiped the geolocation footage from the cameras. There's a bunch of other like smaller unfiltered stuff I haven't even had time to properly digest, like connections.
I'm just showing your list here with the general deception breakdown. So footprint gate still stands. The drone gate's been debunked. Vape gate stands. Round studio stands. So quickly about the round studio. So with some of the footage, especially the 360s, when you use the 360, you can move around anywhere. So I quickly took a glimpse. I took the camera up, and if everyone can go look at some of the 360 footage, tell me what you see. You'll, like Dustin just said, you can see, so you'll be able to see the sky circling above. Like you don't see that when looking up. So it looks like the sky kind of circles in. So if I might bring up that video in just a bit, and show that, but definitely too many gates that are still standing that they can't talk their way out of, that they've just created more lies and buried themselves to the point that, yes, this whole experiment is now null and void.
Yeah. I also did go to them privately first, at least in the case of Jaron, Flat Earth Dave, and Austin. I had their contact privately. So I asked them, can you explain this? I'm not able to defend you. I need ammo. I don't understand this. Doesn't make sense. And I got the same kind of answers are given everybody else. Like, this is kind of dumb. Why would you even ask? And you know, nonsense. And, you know, I didn't really kneel next to the barrel and then stand up and vape. Well, I know that. I never said you did. I said you came out of the building and vaped and on the way. And then they kept sending me footage of the flight, like it was going to prove, like they said, we really went. Okay, I never said you didn't go. I assume that you had a real trip there in order to sell it. I don't know. Maybe someone can prove that the trip was fake too. I didn't even look into that as much. But what we know is that the footage, the so-called experiment, was fake. And they keep sending me footage of the camp or footage of the flight as though it's supposed to prove to me footage of the studio. Yeah. And that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And all three of them are doing it. So
yeah, so some of their debunks is very childish, especially trying to debunk the studio. Like they really think that we're imagining that, oh, but we were in a plane, so the plane just magically landed into the studio. Ooh, so they think we're just thinking everything was in the studio and trying to take away from that. There could have been two separate locations, one where they really did land and then travel off somewhere else, which you can clearly see because, like you said, the camp disappears, right? It's gone.
Yeah. Well, they're the only reason to do this is it's a logical fallacy. All three of them know better. We know that they know better because all three of them debate and understand logical fallacies on a regular basis. We've seen them do it. So the only reason for them to use a big logical fallacy like this and deceive us is basically to strawman us and make something look so stupid that it's easily ridiculed and laughed at and therefore not looked at any further by their audiences. It seems to be falling, at least according to one poll that I found, about 2/3 of their audiences are buying it and 1/3 are not. Okay. So, and that seems to be a repeating number with mankind in terms of like dissidents and waking up and a bunch of other things. Just about 1/3 seems to get it sometimes. But anyway, 1/3 of people at least have called them out and no longer trust them, and 2/3 are trying to accept their lies and trying to guilt others, or less. They're losing, I think.
That first third is obviously the ones that have discernment and can see. Yeah. One of the other thirds is probably the ones that are having more patience and trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and waiting for them to prove their case against us, but it's not going to work out. And that third is going to join the first third, and then it's going to be 2/3 against the remaining third they have, right?
And I am still in contact with them. I have sent them the same list that you guys are looking at that you just showed from my article. I said, please go through there. Please show me where we're wrong. Please help me to mark each one debunked. I would like to be wrong.
So how do you feel about the footage coming out so late, considering how we jumped all over the initial released footage and went through it? Do you think that we gave them a checklist of what to edit in post-production?
Yeah, I was holding some stuff back just in case that's what did happen. Things like parallax would be very difficult for them to fake after the fact. However, I think that they were trying to put out the fire so that people wouldn't look too hard at the new footage, and they failed to do so. And it blew up on them, because now not putting out the footage in a timely manner has just looked suspicious. None of them could put it out in a timely manner with various excuses. And I essentially just think we've spotted the controlled opposition flat earth community. I see them as astronauts now.
Definitely. Everything, all the slogans they've been using. You've seen Austin Witsit, whether it's him or the handler that's handling him is telling them what to post. It's all very spellbound. You know, the same language spoken, the same mistakes. So we had Mark Sargent was in the comments this morning telling us like, oh, if this was such a big deception and so much money was invested, that there'd be no mistakes. And I'm like, we've gone through NASA. They have trillions, if not unlimited funding, and look at the mistakes they give us. They're supposedly in space and at the International Space Station, and we can see air bubbles floating around on camera. Like, come on, right?
Yeah. That was the kind of logic Austin used in the debate. He said basically something like this. I'm paraphrasing from memory, but why would I give my child, whom I love, a shirt that says flat earth if I don't believe in it, or whatever, or the TFE? I think he said some of the TFE shirts he passed out to his kids. And I'm saying it's the same thing as if a NASA person gives something that they know is fake to their children to promote it, basically, because it's what they're paid to do. Use your child as a prop, which is even more dishonest.
Yeah, play up on the emotions of the people. So
I want to point out that if we're accurate on this, and we're indeed busting these guys as liars, then someone like Austin, who is basically pretending to be a man of God, who definitely knows better. We know that he knows better, and we know that he's caught, and he's still doubling down. Like, it just does not look good.
It doesn't, but the Bible does speak of this, that people would come in Jesus' name, wolves in sheep's clothing, right? So it's written, we're to be aware, we're to expose all evil, and we're to continue on to preach the gospel to them also, and to every creature on this earth.
Test the spirits. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, brother, so now Christians are rising up, because definitely we feel there's been an attack on our faith, on our Bible. It's been an attack on Jesus, on everything. So they're definitely in allegiance with the New World Order and what that plan is going to bring next. So what do you feel is next for Christians? Do you have any messages for lukewarm Christians, and how do we go from there and unite and stay steadfast and firm in the word of God?
Well, starting out from kind of the topic that we're on, I think for sure a lot of people may agree with me now. I'm just going to lay this in your hands. You guys do with it what you want. Ever since I joined the Flat Earth community, debates and everything, day one, I was calling myself a biblical earther, because I knew that there were problems with the Flat Earth. I knew it was not as specific. And I knew that, they had a lot of ridicule and controlled op basically around like Flat Earth Society and such. I already knew that was a problem.
Yes.
So going at it as a debater in the past, before I even started debating Flat Earth, I knew that I could just create a better, more defendable term with biblical Earth, which means flat, yes, but also young, geocentric, stationary, domed. And it's basically what the Bible describes, an enclosed cosmology. With heaven right there above. So I invite flat earthers to start using the term biblical earth. It's stronger, it's better, it wipes these guys off. It completely discredits any such idea as the lands beyond the firmament, which is just another type of outer space that Flat Earth Dave constantly pushes. I would love to debate him on this, friendly debate, because there's no evidence for it.
Oh, that would be, I'd love to see that too. You're a great debater, brother. Quickly, Miss Kyra Gerber, she says to Dustin, your work is for God's kingdom. I see them as astronauts now, quote. So is a fantasy summary of where things are at. Thank you both. Thank you, Miss Kyra.
Yeah, thank you. And all glory to Yahweh. I mean, I live to serve, and I see deceptions, and I'm here to push back.
So definitely I feel this is the next phase for revelation or end times scenarios. Christians are becoming more aware of the times that we're in and the evil that surrounds us and is trying to work overtime to deceive us. So again, amazing times. Yes, TFE tried to destroy Flat Earth and with this extravagant hoax, but it only brought Christians together and strengthened us and made the Bible that much more powerful, right?
Yeah. The second moon landing, we saw it as it happened. We busted it. We tore it apart. Now we're laughing at it, making memes about it, and using it to wake up other people. This has been great for us.
Yeah, it's been excellent. So, and we're going to continue on. It's like you said, flat Earth may be dead, that whole terminology, but the new label is biblical Earth, right?
I think so. And I just think that it's stronger. I think it bypasses all of this drama that they push at it. And I think it pushes it right back to God, which is the whole point anyway, because the point of a flat Earth isn't that it's flat. Who cares? The point of a flat Earth is that God is real. We have evidence for it in every science you can imagine, from genetics to cosmology. But this one is a big and obvious one. If the world is flat and an enclosed cosmology, then we absolutely are created by a creator. Now, which God? That's important too. And I found out that only one God, the Bible, the creator, Jesus' dad, has the power not only to do things like Sodom and Gomorrah, the flood, but also to predict the future. 100% accurate prophecy. Imagine that. Yeah. I was a lifelong atheist my whole life. And then I found out about flat biblical earth, God is real, and then prophecy, which God is real. And then demons are real. The deep state are the demons. And then that's why they don't want you to know God is real.
That's what we do here. Crusaders of the Resistance is proving Bible prophecy. And everything that the Bible says has either happened, has come true, and is coming true as we live and speak right now, word for word. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. It's a scary time. Men's hearts will fail them for fear. But it's also, you know, we're years, I believe we're in the end for sure. I think you do too, obviously. So we're years away from, you know, meeting him, seeing it happen. All of this is playing out now around us. We are those people for that generation. I mean, it's big.
Yes, sir. It's been amazing. Do you have much more time left? I know you're very busy and got other things.
I got to get ready for another thing. I wish I did. I would definitely like to come back when I, you know, maybe schedule it out and have some time. This was kind of, you know, last minute, but it was a pleasure meeting you, getting to know you, and sharing with your audience.
Quickly, Miss Kyra says, what is your guest name and YouTube channel, please? A perfect comment. Thank you for the $2, Kyra. So before Dustin heads off, I did have his channel posted up here on YouTube. And
barely, yeah, I'm banned on YouTube, so I just put my songs on there and a couple of videos. I hope they won't ban me again. I had 130,000 subs, but I just don't even try on YouTube anymore.
What about your Twitter X page? I got that showing up here.
Yeah, also heavily censored. Not my first one there either, but you can find everything at DustinNemos.com. I have a bunch of websites, all my websites, you know, all my socials. I'm mostly on Rumble now, frankly.
Yep, here you are on Rumble.
And BitChute.
Rumble and BitChute under the same name, Dustin Nemos?
Yes.
Okay, sir. So it's been...
Oh, yeah. Have you seen the song?
Oh, yeah. Someone sent it to me yesterday. It was like, wow, this is funny. So I did play that.
It was fun.
I can play this? It's not copywritten or anything?
Oh, it's mine. You can have fun with it. You can use it in your show. There's a country version and there's a rap version. Whatever you want to do with it.
Okay. Thank you so much. So you're going to be heading off?
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right.
I appreciate it.
We'll stay in touch, and thank you for coming on, brother.
And by the way, man, I have great respect for your courage standing up to these guys. So few people started to do so, and you were one of the first. So props to you.
You're inspiring too, brother. And quickly before you go, I'm sorry about the dog and passing away. So my prayers go out to you on that, and condolences. All right.
You had a good run. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother.
Take care.
Don't waste any more time. Visit the links above now and order my book, 16 Emergency Landings Proving Flat Earth. Visit my online store now and order the new enhanced Gleason's Flat Earth map. This map used to be in every school and library in the nation before NASA was created in 1958, when the maps were ordered removed. Have your Gleason's map hanging on the wall in your house where no government can take it down. Here you see it hanging on a wall in the house of the late Charles K. Johnson. Here is a quote from the book 1984 by George Orwell. Every record has been destroyed or falsified, every book rewritten, every picture has been repainted, every statue and street building has been renamed, every date has been altered, and the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History has stopped. Order your map now.